Karla Vasquez here with SalviSoul. Welcome everybody. Happy Sunday. Today I'm so excited because we have Chef Norma from the Salvi Vegan. So she's right here. And today it's getting a little chillier. You know, we're finally seeing some weather changes here in LA. Let us know where you are, what kind of weather you're looking at, depending where you are. And, you know, it's a great thing to make desserts. And we're going to make Nuegados, which is a very popular Salvadoran dessert. And do you want to give us some information about what we have here?
Well, we are doing today Nuegados de masa. And we have here to show you guys, we have some harina de pan, which is all-purpose flour.
Okay.
We have some polvo de hornear, so baking powder. We got some canela, we got some piloncillo, some vegetable oil, and some vegan butter.
Yes.
What?
So this is going to be a little veganized. So for those of you who are watching who are vegan, these would be great tips to follow. But if you're not vegan, then you know you can replace regular butter for whatever you prefer. And so there's flexibility with this recipe, which is why we thought it would be good. And just to kind of give you some information on what we have right here, part of the recipe that Norma's going to prepare requires a syrup. So that's what I have here. Me tiene aquí dándole, watching this.
Dándole.
So yeah, okay. So why don't we start?
Yes.
Let's just get into it. So
Okay.
what do we need to do first?
So,
and you did something to this. Do
Yeah.
you want to tell them what you did to
So we got here some, some flour, and we sifted or colarla, and so it's 2 cups. Okay, so 2 cups is what we're gonna use, and then from there we're gonna go ahead and put also 2 teaspoons of the polvo,
baking powder?
baking powder. ¿A dónde está el teaspoon?
I think it's this one.
This one, okay. All right.
And the baking powder, what it's going to help do, it's just going to help darle, elevate it. So it's leavening, so it's going to help it puff up. And that's what's going to make it a really delicious, kind of similar to what happens when you fry donut dough. It gets this really chewy and really kind of, I guess you would call it fried crispiness. So the baking powder is really going to help it give it that texture. So this is boiling, and I wish you guys could smell how delicious this is.
The canela is amazing.
Yes.
I love canela.
And let me talk to them about this so you can see what both of us are doing. So this right here, we have 2 cups of harina de pan, and then we have 3 cups of water, and we use some panela. So Salvi's, we call this, which you may see this or know this as piloncillo, we call it panela. And then we put about half of it. So this is the big cone right here, and we use the bottom half. So you could just cut it in half, depending on how much you're making, right? And
Yeah.
how sweet you want it. You can add like both of them if you wanted. It'll be really sweet. And what this is, just a little bit of food history. What the piloncillo is, or the panela, it is the extract from sugarcane. So they get all of that juice from the sugarcane, so sugar, and then they put it into these little molds, and then it caramelizes. Once it's set, they take them out. There's some really, really fun food history on how this is made, so I encourage you to look it up because it's really, really cool. Alright, so
Okay.
this is boiling, and
So now what we're going to do is we are going to melt the vegan butter.
Alright,
And it's basically 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup.
so I'm going to take this off because this is still reducing, and then we're going to switch it up.
And then
You can
I'm
see
going to
that.
probably use this spoon to just pretty much just half of it.
Awesome. Have any of you used vegan butter? Let us know. What kind are you using right here?
I'm using Earth Balance, and it's really good for baking. One thing that I've noticed that, like, literally with a lot of the recipes that I've veganized, which I actually found a word that I probably want to use, maybe invent it, salvinize. No. Salvinizing.
Salvinizing.
Salvinizing. Whatever.
We'll work on it.
But yeah, pretty much a lot of the recipes that I do, I just literally take what's the actual recipe and the animal byproducts. I just switch it. And that's it. So that's what I've been trying to do with a lot of the Salvadorian, recipes that I've done, is pretty much just, try to keep the authentic, literally authentic flavor de nuestro país. And yeah, sure enough, it's been working. I mean, even my mama, hi mom. Even with my mama, ha probado alguna de mis comidas and she's been like, no, mija, están buenos.
That's
so I'm like,
great. That's
it's
great.
mama approved. So.
Yes. And I'm going to try some of Norma's tamales today. So I'm really excited after this. It's going to be good. But, so one of the questions I know that we got a lot on Instagram, thank you to anyone here who's from Instagram, from our SalviSoul Instagram page, was that some of you had never heard of Nuegados de masa. So there's a few different kinds of Nuegados, and I actually looked up some of the word history of Nuegados. And the first time that you see the word Nuegados in a dictionary is in Spain. And it's, I think, I don't know what century it was, like 15th century, I believe. And it just means something that has nuts and it's fried. Which is kind of curious because this doesn't have nuts. And this it will be fried, but it doesn't have the nuts. So it's just kind of an interesting thing that there are a lot of different kinds of Nuegados. And this is just one of them. So if you know of different kinds, let us know in the comments and tell us which one you prefer. Have you made them before? I've made Nuegados de yuca before, but you haven't. And
yeah, I haven't made
these Nuegados de masa, and I haven't. So it's just kind of fun to see what the many differences, regions. And your family's from
San Miguel.
San Miguel, and my family's from the capital. So it just is a very interesting thing that there's a lot of differences. There can be, even though the país is super pequeño, there's a lot to learn. So we've melted the butter, delicious golden yellow. And now what do we do here?
Okay, so we just basically drizzle it on top.
All right.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's okay.
So maybe like make a little
a
little situation there. We had a little situation, but we're good.
It's okay.
A nice little cave, or not cave. Okay. This is expert level because this is hot. Mírala.
Yeah. Está bien.
Sí, no.
Y sabes que eso también, una cosa que sí se me olvidó un poquito. ¿Está bien? Agua.
A little water?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get the chef some water.
Yeah.
Quédense ahí. Stay right there.
So, as I was mentioning before, when I tried, just veganizing a lot of the stuff, the reason that I got into doing this is because I had just turned vegan, and I wanted to just also, kind of find things that I could, do where I could still eat my same foods, but, just veganizing it. And it was, sure enough, it was, should we actually put it in there mejor? I'm thinking, ¿verdad? Porque si no, se va a hacer todo ya. Let's just go ahead and put that back in there.
Alright, so let's put this closer to you. Right
so. Things happen, but it's okay.
Yeah, and
experimenting.
That is the biggest thing with a lot of us who are trying to learn a lot of our Salvadoran recipes. If this is the first time you're making anything, be it frijoles, be it tortillas, be it nuegados, even though this is a fairly simple recipe, you may not get it right the first time. So that's what this is about, is just to let you know that don't give up. Keep trying, because that's what it's about. Okay, so we have all of this in there.
Okay, so then
I'm going to take this off the heat, and I'm going to put this back here so it keeps reducing.
Okay, y más echarle un poco de agua.
Yeah, so I got you your water here.
And so pretty much I'm just going to knead this, hasta que se agarre. Le puedes echar un poquito más.
So if you're making nuegados de yuca, what you would need to do is first cook the yuca, because you can't use it or make the little bolitas if the yuca is raw. I guess you could try it, but it's not going to be very good. Because that would be really interesting. You need some more?
Yes. Yes, slowly but literally.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was too much.
Oh no, I need probably more.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need more?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you did say
I
you put
did.
a little salt.
Yeah,
Right?
sí le eché un
Oh,
poquito
you
de
put
sal,
some
yeah.
salt.
Okay, a little more.
No more.
Ooh, I'm like feeling hot. I feel a little sweat coming down.
It's because the cinnamon is
Yeah.
like, this is delicious here. Uy. Let's see if
Just
this
un
is
poquito
good.
más.
A little more.
Yeah.
This is probably like 8 ounces, so maybe 16, so this would be about 2 cups. And then there were 2 cups of flour, so a 1-to-1 ratio if you're making this at home.
Okay.
A little more. This is good. Do we have any questions from anyone?
No questions yet, but
¿Cómo que
Jennifer
no
Guerrero
preguntas?
says, "Good morning, ladies."
Good
Oh,
morning.
good morning. Where is she watching from?
Where you watching from, Jennifer?
A little more. I know, let us know, because we live in LA, and in LA we were fortunate to find a lot of different Salvadorans here. And I don't know how many of the Salvis who are in Houston or DC. No, but we have a dedicated Salvadoran corridor here. And both Norma and I love the Mercado Salvadoreño there.
Heck yeah. Love it.
It's such a wonderful thing. And you can get a lot of ingredients there that are Salvadoran ingredients. It's just fun. So let me describe what I'm seeing just so that you guys know. So you're putting in a little bit by little, making sure that you're amasándolo. And it has kind of like a little bit of a sticky texture, right? That is funny. Do you need more? Or?
I think this is good.
Okay.
Now it's just a matter of just kneading the heck out of this,
Okay.
and then we can get to it.
All right. So.
Jennifer says she's in West LA.
Oh.
Hey. All right. ¿Sabes qué? Si me puedes ayudar porque estoy sudando.
Okay.
Let's
go.
It's the hair. I
have-
got too much hair. My daddy gave me this hair.
So watch this, guys. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Okay. You
Okay,
good,
pues,
girl?
yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
I'll put this here. Vaya. Ahí
Okay.
estamos. Okay. So now we have our new olla, and you're gonna put your aceite in here. So I think there's a tiny bit of water in here. So you're just gonna wait till this gets hot. And one thing that you could kind of help yourself is you can make this syrup a day ahead. Make it a day ahead, and then when you're ready to make your nuegados, you can make them the day you're going to eat them. Because anything that's fried, it's best to eat it right away. So if you want to have a little bit of help with what you should make beforehand, the panela syrup would be what you want to make later on.
Okay, I think this is good.
You think that's good?
Yeah, ahora nomás para limpiarme todo esto.
Okay, so let me give you this little blanket here, or this little towel that we were using.
Okay.
And so we have some oil, and this is just regular vegetable oil. And vegetable oil is the best oil when it comes to frying, unless you're doing like, I don't know, peanut oil for like a very specific recipe,
Or sesame oil or some other
or
ones,
sesame
yeah.
oil, but this would be the best. And this is also like, it's just easier for this kind of frying. So we're just gonna put this in here. Todo?
Ooh, mira.
All of this? All of this oil?
Yeah, as much, a lo mejor un poquito para que podamos usar
Leave a little left.
yeah, so we
I
can
think
use
this
it.
I think this is enough.
Okay.
Alright, so I put in all the oil. We're still gonna let it warm up because this was room temperature and the pan was just beginning to warm up. So let's just give it some time, okay?
Yeah.
So do this. Yeah, I was really excited that we were gonna make nuegados. I know nuegados traditionally go with chilate. Have you made chilate before?
I have not made that.
If you've made chilate, let us know. I haven't ever made chilate. I've had it. I like it. Some people don't like it. Do you like it?
I've never really had it, so, you know, es algo que tengo que probar.
Yeah, try it all. I know one of our Salvadoran beverages, hot beverages, that a lot of people are kind of like, oh, I don't know if I like it, is chuco.
That I've had, yeah.
And do you like chuco?
I actually do.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I had it a lot when I was a kid, but I don't remember like loving it, but I also don't remember like hating it. It was just one of those things that my grandmother would have, and she gives it to you, you try it, that's it, you know? Alright, so this is sizzling, so I'm gonna lower it. And maybe we can use this little spoon to drop them in there, para que no...
Well, we have to, though, make it into... So pretty much what I end up doing is, because it is sizzling, so I get oil and literally just lather those hands, porque así no se pega, so they won't get stuck, you know, on your hands. And then, do you think it's ready, probably?
I think it's ready.
Okay.
I mean, we could do a little one.
Yeah.
So you can, this is a good, if you want to just test, drop a little baby one in there. I think it needs a little more time.
A little more time. Okay.
So it's just gonna fry.
We're gonna have a little baby Nuegado.
Yes.
Little itty bitty baby.
I totally do that when I'm making tortillas. If I have like a little bit left and I know that it would make a small tortilla, I just make 2 small tortillas. It's fun. You know, do what makes you happy. Make little mini tortillas.
Usually when I test it out too, I know that I end up the oil is not ready and it sinks to the, you know, to the bottom, and it's like, oh no, because usually it should kind of like flotar, you know, it should, you know, float. So
yeah, it's very similar to anything that you boil or that you fry, it just comes up to the surface. Like if you've ever tried making pasta or like any of those, like they just float right back up because I guess they're not as heavy. I don't know how that science works. If you do, let us know. I'm always down to learn about food science, food history, all that delicious yummy stuff. I think this is ready. I'm just gonna set it down here.
okay. Yeah, it's been really fun, like just trying to make all these dishes, you know, and veganizing them, because it's like you're experimenting, and it's a whole new world for me because I come from a dance background, so this whole cooking thing for me is completely new. So me ha encantado estar. Whereas before, cuando mi mamá, she would say like, oh, you know, mija, ven a ayudarme a hacer los tamales, you know, and all my sisters, we would all get there and help her out. I remember being like, I don't want to do that. Like, que ponte a cocer las hojas. I don't want to do that. But now it's like, look at me now. I'm cooking. So.
You cook a lot now, too. All right,
Okay.
so now what's the next step?
So,
so this is pretty hot now, I think.
Okay, so again, the oil, you just pretty much lather your hands, and then you just get a little bit, and then you just literally like roll it around into a little ball, golf ball. Probably like about maybe a little bit more.
See?
Yeah. And then you can make cute designs if you want. Usually what I do is I will like kind of make it into like a donut, and I'll do this. So I don't know if you guys saw me do that. Let me do it again. So I'll do this into a little ball, grab one side, put my thumb or my finger, and then come around, and then boom, and then I just drop it in.
Why don't you drop it in there?
And there you go. Yeah. You're like, ooh.
I mean,
I did that once, and with plátanos. Because I'm like, oh, that's so cool the way it comes out. And then una chispita que me agarra en la cara, it comes to my face. Yeah, I learned not to do that anymore.
yeah, be careful when you're dropping it into the hot oil, because hot oil it's not plain. It's very...
It's like, girl, I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
So you better be careful.
You better be careful. So you're going to want this. I think we could have waited a little bit for it to be a little hotter.
A little hotter?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to increase the heat. And this is something that, you know how there's recipes or you're cooking something where you can leave it, like frijoles for instance. You can leave that, forget about it, put it on simmer. Not so with this. This you want to just keep your eye on it because it is definitely, it's hot. Okay, so they're cooking up. They're puffing up. I can see them puffing up.
They puffing up, they puffing up, they puffing up.
So how many do you think we could get from like the 2 cups that you put in there?
Probably about like maybe 10, 15.
That's not bad. That's not bad. So this would be a great little, if you're having people over, this would be a fun little thing to have. Or if you're just wanting to figure out something sweet to eat on a Friday night. It came together real easy. This was not, and I like, as much as I love panela, making panela syrup, it's also really great to just, if you have honey around, you can just put some honey on them, and that would be really tasty too.
Or you can do agave.
Agave, yeah.
I mean, there's also like other products that are out there that, you know, that are like not honey based, especially because, you know, for us that we, you know, don't do honey as well.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
If it's vegan, you can't do it. I
Yeah.
mean, you could, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so these are getting a little, la servilleta, we forgot. So I'll be right back. Okay. Don't go anywhere.
So I would always suggest you guys, like, I mean, seriously, like when you go out there, people say like, oh, I don't know how to cook. I think the more that you just like practice and you get out into the kitchen, I mean, it's a muscle memory is what I say when I used to teach my dance classes. Some people would say like, oh, I don't know how to dance. I have 2 left feet. It's literally just muscle memory. So like if you go to the gym, right, you get a weight and it's like, what, like 15 pounds, right? And it's heavy. But after a while, you're like, okay, this thing is easy. So it's just a matter of like practicing all the time. So.
All right, and make sure that you have some paper towels when you're frying stuff.
Yes, because it does get a little messy. So.
Yeah, and then you always want something that absorbs the oil. So that's a good thing. Okay, so we are almost done here. These are getting golden brown.
So we can do at least those 2. This,
right.
Yeah, those.
Just so you guys can see it, they probably need a little bit more time, but we want to show you because we are. So you're gonna end up getting. They're almost like cute little Salvi donuts.
And they're little puffy ones.
Alright, so this is the last step, you guys. So you're going to just have them on your, what, paper towel?
Paper towel, yeah.
And then, I think these are ready. And then to serve, aquí los vamos a poner in this cute little plate. Woo!
And then for the panela.
And then remember your, the panela. I'm only using this because the other, woo!
Oh my god. This looks all good.
This looks great. So, remember that this panela has to reduce.
It has to reduce
For about
30 minutes.
30 minutes. So, do this beforehand, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But once you have it, it's going to be thick and syrupy.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes 3 ingredients to make it. And that's, you just leave it there and yeah. So then you're gonna have this, so we should both try it.
Yeah.
You try yours, or do you want to try mine? And
I'll try yours.
Okay. So then,
La calientito.
it's a little hot, but you know it's a fresh donut, so I'm gonna just go. It has that perfect little bite when you bite into it. You can hear it, so it's like really satisfying. Uy, esta se va a quemar.
Right. Pero así tiene que estar, actually.
Yeah, this
Y
is.
esa hoy se ve gordote. I made that one pretty huge.
Yeah. So this is how you have nuegados with your
And that's
chilate. And that's how you do it. So let us know if you have any questions. You can follow the Salvi Vegan on her Instagram, her Facebook page, This is, you'll know how to find her. And
By the hair.
And make sure you stay tuned for the next SalviSoul Live. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Ciao!
Bye.